Well, folks, it might be a little hard to believe, but Texans are soon having to go back to the polls for a second time this month. In 10 days, early voting begins for the primary runoff election. Our political reporter, Jack Fink, is here now to talk a little bit about the hotly contested battle between Republicans for an open state House seat. And, Jack, what issue is emerging you think is a key difference?
Well, Ken, we're talking about the open seat in Texas House District 97 in parts of Fort Worth, Benbrook, and Crowley. And the current representative, Craig Goldman of Fort Worth, is running for Congress. So Cheryl Bean and John McQueenie, both small business owners, are vying in the runoff. And one issue that's emerging as a key difference between them is the idea of having a limited number of destination resorts in Texas that feature casino gambling. For that to happen, state lawmakers would need to pass a bill that Governor Greg Abbott would sign into law. And then Texas voters would have the final say because it requires a change to the Texas Constitution. John McQueenie says this issue is something that should be left up to Texans directly, not just lawmakers. Cheryl Bean says she opposes it.
I know that there are those who want to push that. It's a moot point and a waste of taxpayer money to go down that path because our Lieutenant Governor, Dan Patrick, has already said it will not pass as long as he's sitting at the head of the Senate. Secondly, anyone who wants to support that is really out to turn, I think, Texas Democrat, because with gambling comes some of the largest unions that you have.
I support the idea that the voters should be able to decide. I would never put legislation forward that the voters would decide on that would turn us into Oklahoma or Louisiana, where you've got slot machines in the back of gas stations or anything along the lights, or where there's casinos on every single street corner. I think that they need to be destination style. They need to be massive economic impact, where you've got convention space, hotel space, restaurant space, entertainment space, and gaming. I don't see us wanting to have more than a handful of those things in the state.
McQueenie and Bean also discussed their top priorities if elected, coming up on Eye on Politics this Sunday morning. We'll also take a look at pro-Palestinian protesters' demands from the University of Texas, and the UT System's chairman of the Board of Regents responds. Plus, we go one-on-one with Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson, who sounds off on the former city manager and whether he thinks the taxpayers should pay for a severance package worth more than $400,000. All that on Eye on Politics at 7:30 Sunday morning, on air and streaming. We certainly hope you join us. Ken?
All right, Jack Fink, thank you very much. We'll be watching.